It's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to talk about the most pointless thing in existence. Data Live Mayuri Judgement may well be my least favorite piece of Data Live content. Even Artisu Install, as terrible as it could be, introduced one of my favorite characters in the franchise. But what does Mayuri Judgement do? It has a giant fucking skyball. Okay, never mind, what was I complaining about again? Data Live Mayuri Judgement released on the 22nd of August 2015, so about a year after Season 2 finished, meaning this movie takes place between Season 2 and 3 of the anime. Mayuri Judgement starts with this Persona 5 royal looking trailer intro thing, which, whatever, sure. And then a Miku Idol concert, which is probably where all the budget for this movie went, leaving them with basically nothing for the rest of it. After some pointless pool shit, Shido wakes up to a big sky ball. This ball has the power of the spirits that Shido's sealed so far. Why? I don't fucking know, this movie barely explains anything. Apparently the sky ball's actually Mayuri's angel, which, sure, whatever. I don't really care, but cool. Anyway, so now Shido has to date all of the spirits to get rid of the sky orb, and basically 90% of this movie is just dating, which, yeah, this is Data Live, I get it, but the movie has a horrible balance between the slice of life dating and the serious plot moments. I mean, seriously, this movie's called Mayuri Judgement, but she's barely even in it. Most of this movie is just Shido dating the spirits. Speaking of Mayuri, we might as well go over her now. She is such a nothing character, she gets no screen time and her personality is just an amalgamation of all the other girls' personalities, but we don't even get to see it because she's only on screen for like 5 minutes at most. And then she doesn't even talk until the end of the movie, and she spends most of her time on screen like stalking Shido or something. And her role in the story doesn't even really make any sense. Like, I guess she's supposed to be making sure Shido can handle all the spirit power he has now and intervening if things go wrong, but like, that's literally what Reine does. Reine could very easily intervene as a phantom when something goes wrong for Shido, and she literally does that in Volume 12, so what the fuck is the point of Mayuri existing? Oh yeah, and don't even get me started on Mayuri's death scene. Mayuri literally just goes out like a fucking bootleg Reine. It's basically almost the exact same scene. The difference is that Reine was actually a character and they actually had time to grow attached to her, so her death scene actually meant something. But with Mayuri, it's like, yeah, big fucking deal, this character that got 3 seconds of screen time is dead. You know what Mayuri Judgement would have benefited from? Being a visual novel. The structure of Mayuri Judgement is almost exactly the same as Rina Utopia. But the difference with Rina Utopia is that it actually had time to do what it wanted to do, because it wasn't crammed into an hour-long movie. Something else I find funny about this movie is certain characters' roles in it. For example, Mana. She fucking stands in the same place for almost the whole movie. Like, seriously, God forbid if you want to watch Mayuri Judgement after watching this video, but if you do, then just watch Mana for the whole movie. It's really fucking funny. Actually, Mana being here is a slight retcon, because in the Encore story, Mana Research, Mana hasn't actually met any of the spirits yet, minus Toka and Yoshino. But in Mayuri Judgement, she literally fights with all of them at the end, but honestly, this isn't really much of a retcon, it's just kinda weird. Speaking of weird, Kurumi's role in this movie is exactly that. She shows up for like a minute, says basically nothing, then says like Kurumin or something, and then just fucking leaves. She's also in the promotional artwork for the movie, even though she's barely in it, but, like, Mayuri's also barely in it, and she's front and center, so whatever. Okay, well, look, I've gone over a lot of the negatives, so let's talk about the positives. Mayuri's design is good, and her angel is really cool. And her angel's names have some religious symbolism stuff, and I'm too dumb to understand that, so that's cool, I guess. If only her design was given to an actual character instead of this blank slate, positives. The music is really good. Go Sakabe always kills it with Data Live music, even for the pointless movie that's only canon because nothing plot relevant actually happens. The animation looks slightly better in the first few episodes of Season 3, but like, they also reuse shots like all the time. I previously showed it with the Mana thing, and also this just looks way worse in Season 2. I like Kaguya's outfit in this movie. Shiori is here, that's a positive, I guess. Yeah, this movie has barely any positives, huh? Okay, despite everything I've been saying, this movie's fine. If you need more Data Live content, then go ahead. But after you've watched it once, there's literally no reason to watch it again, and I should know because I've watched it 3 times, and each time has been more pointless than the last. Oh, and if you've watched Mayuri Judgement and you like this movie, then that's okay. I just personally found it to be a huge disappointment compared to the peak fiction Data Live usually puts out. I'm also aware that there is supplemental material to this movie, such as a light novel side story and drama CD. However, I just wanted to talk about the movie itself. I'm sure the supplemental material improves Mayuri's character a little bit, but just in the movie alone, she's pretty bad. But overall, this movie is just okay. Watch it once if you're starved for Data Live content. It has a few fun character interactions and moments, but overall it adds basically nothing to Data Live. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Go home. Okay, I know I said go home, and this wasn't in the original script, but I forgot to mention the fact that there's like 1 minute of like Sailor Moon transformations in this movie. Like there's like a whole minute of it, and it just goes on forever, and it wastes like a minute of screen time, and it's just really weird and stupid. And I'm ending the video now because this is really awkward.